welcome back to day 29 of our 30-day decluttering challenge. I cannot believe it's almost over. I have gotten rid of so much stuff. There has been 7 van loads filled with things, and I still have another load in here that I have to pull out, plus all the stuff I decluttered today. I thought I was an organized person. Obviously, I'm not really, because I have so much junk, and I still could probably purge more. So this has been such an amazing experience, and I hope that you found lots of things to purge in your home as well. Today, we're tackling the garage, or the shed, or whatever it is that you want to tackle, and this is going to be more than 15 minutes for me, because it's really messy, but I'm going to show you through the whole process and all of the stuff that I find today. Sometimes it's just making the time to purge. You know what I mean? Like, there are things in here that I've known for a really long time we haven't used, we haven't needed to keep, but I haven't made the time to actually get rid of it. So making myself scheduling the time today is all it's going to take to get a ton of stuff out of my garage.
So brace yourself. This is the before. It's actually not as bad as it was before. We took out a lot of boxes, IKEA boxes, but it's been my dumping ground for so long. It's been the entire family's dumping ground. It still has a ton of donations that I have to take out. It has a lot of things that I'm just not using and I need to purge. And it has our sporting equipment, our hockey equipment that we're just dumping when we come in. So I started by taking out all the donations that I had previously, purged from the house but not taken to the donation center. So I took a lot of trips back and forth, just clearing it out and then putting stuff away, putting things back in their home.
This is not happening. This is not happening.
My muscle!
He wanted! Oh my god, it's so heavy! Oh my god, it's so heavy! Oh my god, it's so heavy! Okay. Okay. And I did it all by myself, all by myself, all by myself.
Tucked beside our four-wheeler, I found a bike trailer we haven't used in 4 years.
So we're officially 15 minutes in, and honestly, it's been a lot of just moving stuff that doesn't belong in here. I have purged a lot of things. I'm going to show you guys that purge pile at the end, but most of this is just tidying. It's like such a neglected space, and I have no one to blame but myself.
I was pretty amazed at how fast it went, just putting things back in their home, and that was most of the clutter in this garage, things that we just didn't put back in their place.
No. Hiya. Okay. Are you up there? Are you on? Are you doing it? Go diggity! I did that.
We had a lot of smaller things that had to go back up in my husband's shop, but I just pulled down the stairs and in one trip I took everything up. And I decided to actually donate this bench. I did not need it.
I'm lazy, so this is how I sweep a garage.
Yep, I blew all the leaves out onto our driveway. I know, but that's okay because the big win here is this purge pile. So many things went. The bench, a bunch of random stuff we have, scooters and helmets and the trailer, and the end result is a much, much tidier garage. It looks twice the size. Everything has a home. It's far from perfect, but it's going to be much easier to grab the bikes, put away the sporting equipment, and just use the space. I'm pretty surprised. It only took about 36 minutes. I set my timer to transform it from this, the before, to the after.
So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow for the final day of our 30-day decluttering challenge. So hey guys, thanks so much for staying to the end. I want to talk about something a little controversial, but honestly, I feel like it's important for me to say it now. Yes, this is my opinion, but it's also fact. And I don't want to offend anyone because sometimes people can see this as an offensive thing. So this is your disclaimer. But here's the thing. Up until probably 3 years ago, I thought feminism was like a negative thing. I thought being a feminist meant that you were like, women are better than men, and you were on your soapbox with your picket signs and you were crazy. Bra burning, don't shave your legs, women power type thing. And so, society basically portrays it as that, and people are like, oh, feminism, and it's seen as a negative thing. But I was reading a book and it was talking about feminism and the feminist movement, so I googled it because I really didn't know what the definition of feminism or feminist was. I'm embarrassed to say that out loud, but I had never actually read it. So then I Google it, and it's like the Webster Dictionary definition: equal rights for men and women, period. I was like, feminism, equal rights for men and women, nothing else. I must be missing something. So then I Googled feminist, and it was like a person who believes in equal rights for men and women with a period. That seems like everyone's a feminist. Doesn't everyone believe that men and women basically should be kind of treated the same? And honestly, it wasn't up until 1920 that women were allowed to vote. That's less than 100 years ago. Women weren't allowed to vote. That's crazy bananas. So then the more research I started digging into, women here in Canada weren't allowed to be RCMP, that's our police, weren't allowed to be police officers until the late 70s. So I was born and there wasn't allowed to be female cops. Again, that seems a little bit wrong. I have little girls and they should be able to do whatever they want to be a scientist, they want to be a police officer. There shouldn't be like, you can't do that because you're a woman. Now I get it. Some roles, some careers, you need more muscle mass. And generally men have more muscle mass. But that doesn't mean that all men are more muscular than all women, because I've met some women who are like, they're buff and they're strong, and I've met some string bean little dudes. So it shouldn't be about gender, it should be about ability. It should be about talent. It should be about, what you have, not what you have. My mom told me she got divorced from my dad in the 80s, okay? Not that long ago. I was already born, the 80s. And when she went to get she was like buying my dad out of the mortgage. She went to get the mortgage for the house in her name. The bank manager told her that she needed a male co-signer. What? She made more money than my dad, and yet she had to have a male co-signer on her mortgage. So that stuff seems unfair, which I guess is where the movement came in. That's why people were standing on their soapbox like, let women vote! Women should be allowed to do stuff because they totally weren't allowed to do the same stuff. And so, yes, there are extremists. There are feminists who are extreme and who take it too far, but there are extremists in everything. You know what I'm saying? Being a feminist doesn't necessarily mean you're burning your bra and not shaving your legs and screaming about random stuff. It means that you just think that people should be treated or judged based on their ability and not their sex, not their gender. You just think women should be able to drive a car and vote and have a job. And if she does have a job and she's doing just as good of a job as a dude doing the exact same job, they should probably be paid the same. I think we're all feminists. I know. It's shocking. When I first made this revelation, I was like, I'm a feminist? And it took a while. And then I realized my husband's also a feminist, and literally every single person I know is a feminist. But it has this derogatory, meaning in our heads. Society has turned it into this negative thing. But really it's very simple. Equal rights for men and women. Period.